back to their place. That was in
This is
2007.
John Lokule Lui, a primary 5 pupil at Pilas Primary School in Irili Sub-County in Napak district. Lokure has not known the happy adventures of other children his age. He is still haunted by the rough life he led on the streets of Kampala. To get to Kampala, Lokure's mother had to sell firewood for months to raise the bus fare for him. His mother was motivated by the desire to save him from dying of hunger. She also hoped he would be able to send her some of the money he earned by begging on the streets of Kampala.
Whenever I would go to the street to beg, I would not get any money. We were chased off.
John Bosco Odot, also a primary 5 pupil, has a similar story.
They told me that, what about if your father have died? Why don't you go to Kampala and look for some money for school fees?
The influx of young Karimajong children to the streets of major towns of the country intensified from 2006. Before then, street children mostly consisted of children who had run away from their homes due to abusive parents, domestic violence, and death of parents, among others. Today, it is estimated that over 80% of the 10,000 street children are from Karamoja, many of them forced to come because of a combination of loss of cattle to rustlers and recurrent droughts. But genuine socio-economic factors are not the only reason they flee Karamoja. Government says some unscrupulous individuals have commercialized the street children situation, luring them to the uncertainties of the rough urban life.
Unsuspecting parents many times just let their children go, and sometimes because of poverty, but also linked to lack of awareness of what some of these people who come to traffic children are up to. So they use our children as a bait to get money.
From February 2007, government started withdrawing the Karimajong children and women from the Kampala streets. The majority of children who end up on the streets of Kampala are said to come from Napak district, and that probably explains why a good number of children at this school are former street children. Napak district is said to have the highest rates of migration of street children because it was the first area to be disarmed, rendering it prone to insecurity from cattle rustlers. Pilas Primary School alone has over 70 pupils who were former street children. Since 2007, over 2,000 children have been returned and reunited with their families in Karamoja. But government says about 500 of them have since returned to the streets. Working with partners such as UNICEF and Uganda, government has developed a comprehensive program to address the core issues that push these children out of Karamoja in order to break the cycle of migration.
We have been addressing the symptoms. We need to look at the root cause of this problem. So, together with Office of the Prime Minister, together with Ministry in charge of water, Ministry in charge of agriculture to address the food issue, Ministry of Water to address the water issue, Ministry of Health to address the health issue, and other NGOs. We are trying to address those core factors that push the children to the streets.
UNICEF supports the reintegration program by ensuring that these children are back in school and that livelihoods are developed at family level.
The place for the child is in the school and not on the streets, making a livelihood. So there's a two-pronged approach. One, to make sure that there are economic activities initiated, so the families are supported in economic activities and livelihood activities, and the kids attend school, so that in future they can actually get the skills and the knowledge necessary for them to be employed somewhere gainfully and to break the cycle.
Younger children are enrolled at early childhood development centers like this one at Godown B in Irili, Napak. But life for the former street child is not yet normal. Some children have failed to locate their parents. They stay in school during the school term, living modestly and returning to the transition centers during the holidays. Caretakers also find that former street children require more attention.
You find that the street children have different manners from those ones that have been at home, because these ones at home always grow with the parents, but the other ones have, when they are exposed to certain situations whereby they copy up bad manners. When I talk of hygiene, you find that it is really very difficult.
But even though their circumstances are still difficult, these children say they never want to go back to the life on the streets. Anna Tkunda, NTV.